is the president of the Tustin Ferry Democrats. But she is doing something more than that. She has stepped up to run in her district, her House district. This is important work. As of right now, House District 95 does not have representation. That means if you live in a district, there was nobody voting for you. And our governor has not done anything to fix it. Meredith is running in that district so that the people in House District 95 have representation. And I'm going to let her talk to you guys today about how you can help her win this election.
So again, a huge shout out to everybody that was there at the No Kings this weekend, everyone who was there spiritually at the No Kings this weekend, everyone who honked their horn driving past the No Kings this weekend. Thank you for doing that. It's an incredible important activity that helps give people hope. But like Laura said, even more than hope, we need actions. And today, more than ever, we need to continue moving forward and making the change that we want in Missouri. So I am running for Missouri's House District 95. There will be a test on all those numbers later. So get your pencils out, start jotting down. But House District 95 is deep South St. Louis County, Melville and Oakville. Okay? And like Laura said, we've been unrepresented for over a year and almost a half now. Personally, I'm going to say this, I found it incredibly frustrating. I might have a few other adjectives, but we're amongst friends. And we need to do something to make that change, because we deserve better than that. So my background, just briefly, I was part of a Fortune 400 company. I was a business manager. I managed over $3 billion in annualized income every year. I have built or rebuilt 4 departments. I have built 2 businesses. I am good at fixing things that aren't working correctly. And I don't know about you, but I don't think Missouri is working for the bulk of the people in this state right now. So I'm asking you to support me to help fight for cost, because everybody's going to the grocery store right now, stroking out. Gasoline is insane. And we need to make changes so that people have the opportunity to live the lives they expect, to have their kids be able to afford to stay in Missouri in the future and be able to build a profitable and healthy and happy life for themselves and for the families that your children will eventually have as well. I also, like Laura said, education is incredibly important to me. I'm a product of a public school system. My son is currently going to public school. That is the backbone of our democracy. This is where kids learn how important democracy is. And with the government threatening the funding of our educational system each and every day, I ask you, where are those kids going to go that can't get a voucher and that can't afford to go into a private school if there are no public schools? That's a real concern. We all need to be aware of that. And I, for one, don't want a bunch of kids running around that don't have a future, because we all know that leads to very poor outcomes in communities. A strong school is a strong community, is a strong tax base, is a strong future for that community. And we need to make sure that education stays in our state. And then last but not least, I don't know if you've looked around lately or if you've had to run into this, it cost my husband and I over $750 to get him an EKG for his heart monitor. That's with good insurance. And I'm going to ask you, people are now having to choose between feeding their kids or taking care of people's health and their families. Nobody in a country such as ours should have to make those kinds of decisions, but that is the reality that we are facing each and every day in this country, and we need to make a change. So I really need volunteers. I'm going to be out on Tuesday at the ballot boxes, at the polls, meeting all those high propensity voters that are the most likeliest to change everyone's opinion and move the needle for us. So I ask, if you have the time, if you could give 2 hours or 3 hours at the polls, I would be incredibly appreciative. I have cards up here, you can call me. We already have a bunch of polls. We've got almost 4 covered right now. I want to do the top 6 in our district, so that we have as many people out, and people know we are fighting and we are going to win. And then I am also we've been turned on phone banking, text banking for volunteers. We're going to go start doing large group door knocking in April, and I could just really use your support. We have an extremely flippable district in this area for the first time in over a decade. If you look at the numbers, We're at 55-45. I know that's boring. I'm sorry to be all wonky, but it's incredibly important that we recognize that this is a flippable district. We only need 3 in the whole state. 3 districts that need to flip to be able to overrun the supermajority. And we have some people who are thankfully in very safe Democratic areas. If you're one of those, please come help. You could be the difference between winning and losing. And we really need the support because we need to flip those districts so we all have a voice again in Jeff City. So thank you all so very much. Meredith Sumner, thank you.